Okay, hi guys. Welcome back. This is case study number 3. And today, from the Human Kinetics textbook on case studies, we're going to get into the popularity of college coaches in the FBS, specifically football coaches, and their popularity on social media on the platform Twitter, and what factors of those coaches and of their programs drive that popularity on the platform. So let's get into it. I'm Joshua Tarafa again. I study at Loyola University of Chicago, and I hope you guys enjoy. So, to start off, the overview of this study. The purpose of the study, as I said, was to study the factors that contribute to the popularity of college coaches and other highly compensated FBS employees on Twitter. They wanted to generalize the study to all highly compensated FBS employees on Twitter, considering the fact that in many states, the highest paid government employee happens to be a college football coach. And then also, they wanted to discover and possibly find a model that can be used to predict how many followers a coach should have based on those factors. To make this all make a little more sense, here's a look at a table of the numbers that they found of the descriptive statistics they were examining of these coaches' profiles. So, for example, the youngest coach was 32, the oldest was 65. They found that coaches had anywhere from 386 followers to all the way to 105,000 plus followers. There was a wide range of amount of time that the coach had been on Twitter. Some coaches had had their account active for as many as 52 months. This study was conducted in 2013. Others had only created their account just recently in a month within a month of the study being conducted. In addition, the number of tweets were studied and the number of tweets per month. And then they used independent variables to then analyze these descriptive statistics that are presented here in the table on the left. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how the coach's on field success, the program's history, and their team success, along with the demand for the program being conveyed through the average home game attendance at these football programs, how those three things are major factors in determining the popularity of college football coaches on Twitter and the number of followers that they're able to gain. So the results of some of this study, some of them, were that both the program and the coach's stature were found to be statistically significant. This is meaning that these two factors explain more than 60% of the relationship between the popularity of the coaches. The difference between the lowest amount of followers, the coach with the lowest amount of followers, and the coach with the highest amount of followers. That is the coach's stature, meaning their all-time wins, and then the program stature, their all-time bowl wins, their all-time wins as a program, and the average attendance at the program. That makes up the program stature versus the coach's stature. Some other findings that might be interesting to you are that the each tweet by a coach was worth about 6 followers only. Every 10,000 fans at a game, meanwhile, was worth about 6,840 followers. So attendance at games is clearly important to determine how many followers a coach is able to gain on Twitter. Every month a coach spends on Twitter, it's worth about 400 followers, and every win a coach gains is approximately 34 followers. Taking these results a step further, I have determined that the study was showing that a program's success is more important than the institution's size or the market size of that program. Because the factors such as home game attendance, their all time bowl appearances, and all time wins all delivered a lot more followers for the head coach than, say, the institution's number of students, because the number of students isn't what is as important as the number of students and number of fans that show up on their home game days on Saturdays or Fridays or whatever game the day is played. And then the coach's wins are only worth 34 followers each. So the number of wins a coach has in their career is not as a determining factor as many might think. For a college coach like Jim Harbaugh, who is extremely popular and has over 2 million followers on Twitter currently, this is not this is current, not as of 2013 when the study was conducted. he would only have 3,600 followers. Only 3,600 of his 2 million followers would be derived from his winning, considering how many lifetime college victories he has. So now let's get into a little bit of the questions from the case study. One of the questions that they posed were, how could a coach at a program with little historical success gain popularity? Given that a lot of the determinants I said that were important were the program's success in the past, the number of bowl games they've made it to, the number of wins they have as a program, and how many fans show up to game days. First, I would say sign up for Twitter as soon as possible. If the coach doesn't have Twitter yet, it does them no good. We saw already here in this case study that the longer the coach's account has been active, the more followers they're gaining. So just signing up for Twitter is gaining them followers. So signing up sooner is better. Posting often and using a variety of content. The case study examined a little bit and got into the use of pictures versus just word tweets. Those can gain followers. So a variety of content could help a coach at a program with little success give the fans what they want to see. And then social media popularity going hand in hand with real world engagement. First, get your fans out to the stadium, deliver a product that you're proud of, and then the social media popularity will come along with the amount of fans that are actually showing up and excited to be at your home games. Whether that's a small program or a large program, it shouldn't matter as long as the stadium is full. And then lastly, the last question we're going to examine today is, why should a college coach create a Twitter? After examining this case study in careful detail, I would like to pull out the example given in the case study of the University of Mississippi's head coach, Hugh Freeze. From 2011, when he created his account in March of 2011, till 2013, he tweeted over 4,000 times. And then in 2013, what happened? Mississippi had the #1 ranked recruitment class in the country. If that's not a good enough example, whether it's true that this will work out for every coach and just from tweeting 4,000 times, it's not going to guarantee the #1 recruiting class in the country, obviously. However, this shows that some impact can be made by popularity on Twitter in terms of recruitment. And if that possibility even exists in benefiting your program through recruitment, then why not sign up? And my next point goes on to that to include that followers can be gained simply by being on the platform. We have seen the longer you're on the platform, the better. And then from already having a highly attended football program, if students are already showing up in droves to your football program, then they're going to follow you on Twitter because you're going to have some notoriety on campus and around the community. And then it just makes prudent sense to be responsible making a Twitter account that can possibly help you with recruitment. My conclusions from this case study are as follows. One, we've seen that popularity is directly related and found to be statistically related to the program success and the coach's success, while program success being primarily important to the coach's success, which also brings some popularity and followers on Twitter, but not nearly as many. And then from our two case study questions, we've determined that it makes very much sense for a coach to download Twitter, get on the platform, and start advertising to their fan base and possibly helping themselves and their program with the recruitment aspects of the program by having a popularity and fan base on Twitter. And you're just tapping into the already created fan base at the college. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching again. Stay tuned again for a couple more case studies coming up in the future. I hope you guys are enjoying these. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.